What's up, guys? I'm David, and this is Digital Assessments with Devices. All right, so digital assessments. So, why digital assessments? This makes your life so much easier. It gives you easy data. There's a digital assessment tool to fit pretty much every need. So by having them, your grading just got a whole lot easier. Most of these tools make data analysis very easy too. Many of them are color coded. So for instance, like in the top spreadsheet up here, the red are miss questions, the green are correct questions. Whoops. So some things to consider before you start doing digital assessments. First off, what are you assessing? Make sure you're assessing your standards. The reason to do assessments is to assess where kids are on your standards. And then the next thing is, what do you do with the data that comes with the assessment? That's the whole point of assessing, is you're going and you're assessing the students so you know where they are. And so you can use that data to go and plan out their learning from there. And then the last thing is, how can you take assessments outside the walls of the classroom? Think things like reviews and minor quizzes. You could take them electronically where you don't have to waste class time on them. So the first assessment tool to talk about is the summative assessment. And what's the best tool to do a formal summative assessment test? And to me, that tool is Socrative. And Socrative is a tool that takes a code in order to log in. Students work at their own pace, but the best part of Socrative is that the teacher can see results in real time. So if little Johnny's struggling in the back corner, you can go and intervene right there. So how do you start with Socrative? So go to Socrative.com and click Teacher Login in the top right corner. Then you want to click on Manage Quizzes. So Manage Quizzes would be right here. And then you want to click on Create Quiz, which is right here. And so to create a quiz, all you have to do is go in and put a name in the quiz. And once you're done with that, click on what question type you want, fill in the question, and when you're done, click Save and Exit in the top right. So to launch a quiz, where you want to go to launch a quiz is you want to go to Start Quiz. So back in the main page, you want to go to Start Quiz, click on what quiz you want, and then you decide on the settings of the quiz, and then you click Start. So that's how you launch a quiz in Socrative. For the students to log in, the students are going to go to Socrative.com, and they're going to go to Student Login on Socrative.com. On the student login page, they're going to have a place to enter a code. That code, that room number, is always at the top of your teacher screen because you can only launch one quiz at a time. It'll ask for the student's name, and then they're in. Live results, because you can only go one quiz at a time, they also have live results where you can see what the kids are doing in real time. And from your teacher screen, all you have to do is click live results, and those answers are actually going to come up color coded to make it easy on you. Whoopsies. All right, so informal assessments. Sometimes you just need a feel for what the kids know. So for informal assessments, probably the most popular one and the easiest one and the one that makes it the most fun is a game-based learning platform called Kahoot. And it's a game-based learning platform that allows you to get great data and for kids to have fun doing an assessment. Basically, you build a multiple choice quiz, the kids log in with a code, and whoever answers the fastest gets the most points. It would not be great for your summative assessment because it gets pretty competitive and the kids get a little crazy. And it's very teacher-centered. It's great for reviews and possibly for diagnostic assessments because with a diagnostic assessment, you want to get some actual data. And by making it competitive, you could go and be able to do that. So how do you start with Kahoot? So when you start with Kahoot, you're going to go to Kahoot.com and you're going to log in. Click on Quiz in the Create New Kahoot box in the middle of the page. So this button right here. And then you give the quiz a name. To add questions to the Kahoot, you're going to put the question in the box at the top. And you're going to fill in the things that you need. In this space, you can put a picture or a video. Down here, you're going to put in the answers, and then you're going to click on which one's correct. When you're done, you either hit Add Questions to add more questions to your quiz, or you click Save and Continue when you're finished with the quiz completely. To start a quiz, it's super easy to start a quiz. On the top of the page, you go to My Kahoots. Choose which one you want to play and click Play. Once you get into that, click Launch to start that quiz. So student login. Once you launch a quiz, this should come up on your screen. This screen up here should come up on your screen. And so what the kids are going to do is they're going to go to kahoot.it, and then they're going to put in that PIN number, and then it'll ask them their name, and so then they're in the quiz. And once the quiz actually starts, you always use that little button, the one that says skip there, to advance the quiz. Now, data with Kahoot. Kahoot gives you some really good data. At the end, students can rate the quiz to give you an understanding of how they felt they did. But what you also have is this little button right here that says Download Results. And that little button is going to give you color-coded spreadsheet with red being wrong and green being right for the questions they got right and wrong in the quiz. So some other assessment tools, just to give you an idea of what's out there. First off, Poll Everywhere. And Poll Everywhere is a student response system, especially really good for BYOD, using anything that the kids have. It gives you data, and it also lets you display responses in kind of creative ways. So you can actually display responses in something like a word cloud. And you can set it up with text, Twitter, web. Kids can answer pretty much any way they want. Exit Ticket is another student response system, and it gives you real-time feedback, allowing you to differentiate instruction easily. One of the nice things about Exit Ticket is it gives you a lot of data. GoFormative is a fairly new tool, and it's a great one that has everything. Students can answer in all the traditional ways, but they can also draw and upload pictures to answer questions, which gives them lots of different question options that you can use. And you can see those results in real time, which is a great thing. Go Soapbox Go is a student response system with a bunch of cool features. It does the normal formal assessments with student names, but it also gives you something like a barometer where you can judge how the kids thought they did, and they can say anonymously. Flubaroo. Flubaroo is really neat in the fact that Flubaroo is an app that automatically grades Google Forms. So you can turn a Google form into an assessment. And it sends the scores to students automatically if you put a box in the form as an email. So basically you turn on this Google add-on, and you can go and you fill out the first one as the key, and it will automatically grade all those. And it gives you all that nice data and charts. Quiz. Quiz lets you run a quiz through a web browser, so it works with any device. It has score dependent on quickness of who answers, so it makes it a game, very similar to Kahoot. It fixes some of the limitations in Kahoot. So in Kahoot, you can't see your answer choices actually on the screen. In Quiz, you can. Plickers. Plickers are cards that are great for quick assessments. Basically, the kids would hold up, this card, and whichever one is on top, whichever letter is on top, is the answer that they're choosing. And then the teacher will then scan their room with the app, and it automatically picks up the responses. And the app is free. You can actually make the cards yourself, or you can buy them on Amazon for $20. Nearpod. Nearpod lets the teacher synchronize the presentation that the students see on their iPad. It's basically PowerPoint on steroids. But it has all kinds of great assessments, and you could really use this as a full testing platform pretty effectively. Educanon, to do flip assignments, you have to have a way to assess. And Educanon basically lets you put questions into any type of video, including YouTube videos, and then it gives you great data from those. Edpuzzle is very similar to Educanon, but it gives you some other tools too. You can crop videos in it, and you can add your voice, which makes it really great. Great way to do assessments with flipped video. Edmodo. Edmodo is a safe, effective way to do your classroom online. It's very similar to Facebook, but it has a quiz platform that works pretty well. And so you could use this especially to do kind of quick quizzes outside the walls of your classroom.